Welcome. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating and, let's be honest, confusing numbers in the entire Bible. It's a prophetic puzzle from the book of Revelation that, once you see the key, unlocks something truly profound. Here it is, 200 million. That's the number the Apostle John writes down for this mysterious army of horsemen. I mean, it's a figure that's almost impossible to wrap your head around, especially in the ancient world. So what on earth could it possibly mean? And that's the big question we're tackling. Was John seeing a literal army of 200 million soldiers? Or was he hearing something else? Something deeper, something symbolic that actually gets to the very heart of the entire biblical story. As we're about to see, the clues have been hiding in plain sight all along. Now, to even begin to solve this, we have to get our heads around a key principle. The Bible isn't just a random collection of stories. It's one single, deeply interconnected narrative, where the Old Testament often holds the keys to understanding the New. Now, pay very close attention to that last little phrase there, and I heard the number of them. This is huge. John didn't count them, he didn't estimate, he heard a specific number being declared. That little detail is absolutely crucial. So because he heard it, that tells us we can't just look at this verse all by itself. We have to treat the scriptures like one giant unified tapestry where every single strand weaves together to point towards a much larger truth. And this is where our investigation really kicks off. We need to become detectives for a minute and go searching for two very specific anchor points, two clues hidden way back in the Old Testament book of 2 Chronicles that echo what John heard. Here's our first clue. In 2 Chronicles, we find an army from the tribe of Benjamin, and guess what? It numbers exactly 200,000. And they're described as mighty men of valor. So remember that number, 200,000. Okay, but here's where we find the symbolic layer. The name Benjamin literally means son of the right hand. Prophetically, this points directly to Jesus, the ultimate warrior, exalted at the right hand of God. So our first clue connects this number to a victorious, conquering figure. Now let's jump to our second clue. Just a few chapters later in that same book, the number 200,000 shows up again. But this time, it's not an army of warriors. It's a tragic count of captives, women, sons, and daughters being led away into bondage. The symbolism here is just as powerful. These captives represent humanity's state of being trapped by sin. It's a perfect picture of the very people that Jesus, the Redeemer, came to set free. So you see what we have? Two instances of 200,000, one representing a mighty warrior and the other helpless captives. Okay, this is where we bring it all together. When John hears the number in Revelation, he's not just hearing some random, massive figure. He's hearing the prophetic echo of these two ancient stories colliding in the spiritual realm. What John heard was not mathematics. It was the sound of prophecy reverberating. He heard a spiritual testimony, not just a tally of soldiers. Think of it this way. The phrase 200,000 isn't one number. It's actually a two-part declaration. The first 200,000 is the sound of the captives. It's the voice of humanity's need. And then the second word, 1,000, is heaven's thundering reply, the echo of the warrior who sets them free. This pattern of a call and an echo creates what the Bible uses all the time, a double testimony or a double witness. It's like two voices speaking in perfect agreement to confirm a single, powerful truth. This slide just lays out the two sides of the testimony perfectly. On one side, you have the cry of captivity from 2 Chronicles 28, representing our need, and on the other, you have the echo of salvation from 2 Chronicles 14, representing God's answer in the warrior son who comes to set the captives free. It's so beautifully summarized in this one phrase. The number John heard was the sound of the cry of captivity being answered by the divine echo of salvation. It's a complete story told in a single reverberating sound. So we've unlocked the puzzle, and the conclusion is so much more profound than just a massive army. This number doesn't just describe a force. It contains the entire message of the gospel. Ultimately, this number isn't about a literal troop count. It symbolizes the vast, immeasurable, and totally unstoppable power of the good news of salvation. It's a spiritual army, and its victory is absolutely assured. And that leaves us with a final thought to chew on. If a single number can be a profound two-part testimony to the gospel, it really makes you wonder, what other hidden echoes of God's plan are just waiting to be heard in the places we least expect to find them?